I could just listen to you all day, Tiffany.
Thank you.
Come on. She asked me before this started. She's like, "Well, how long do you need this to be?" I'm like, "What? As long as you want to talk to us, we're here."
Aw, thank you.
I did want to ask you though. You know, it was such a light. I've been in this business 6 years, and we've seen some awesome Black Fridays, and it was such a light bulb for me when you were talking about how those days don't matter. It's the work leading up to it and sharing those opportunities. And we just had a big campaign. We just closed out something called the Rewards on Repeat campaign as a company. And it was the biggest sponsoring campaign that we've ever had. So I'd love for you to kind of talk about, you know, I know now we're seeing a lot of our teams have grown. I know my team, we have the most active presenters we've ever had since I started. But what about those people, because this is a question I get all the time, what about those people who join and they just join for the products? We call them a kidnapper. Or what about the people who join saying they want to work, but then they don't actually work? Like, how would you address that as a leader?
That's a really, really great question. And the first thing you have to remember is this. You know, some will, some won't next, even after they join, okay? So some people will join your business and still won't do that much, okay? They won't do anything because they will get discouraged by a friend or family member, or will get that one no, and they'll get a no in the first one, and then they'll just fall apart and they'll quit. So you can't, and this whole, you guys have heard this, and if you've said it, I'm not trying to make you feel bad, but stop saying it. You know, I just want it more for them than they want it for themselves. That is stupid. Okay, that's called dumb. So I don't want anyone doing that. If they don't want it, move to the next person who does, because there's someone waiting for you. But let's talk about getting people in who know they're not going to work, because that's something I'm dealing with a lot. Okay, so there are people, it has, to answer your question, it has a lot to do with how you get these people in. All right, let's just talk about that. It has a lot to do with how you get these people in. So first of all, you guys, I don't know if you've ever seen this, but this is a deck of cards, okay? It's a regular deck of cards. And I use this as a visual to show people that amateurs recruit, professionals soar. And maybe you've heard that. I'm not the only one who says it. Amateurs recruit, professionals soar. But I am the only one who does this visual to show you what that actually looks like, okay? So this deck of cards is just like any deck of cards. And in it, there are number cards. In it, there are face cards. And in this deck of cards, just like any deck of cards, there's some aces, okay? For the sake of this visual, the number cards are no's. The number cards are people that are like, no, I don't want to do anything with you, okay? And the face cards are people who are like, yeah, I'll be a customer. And the aces are people who said, I'm going to join your business and I'm ready to make some money, okay? So everybody has a deck of cards. Everybody has a deck of cards. You know what that deck is? It's your list. It's your list. It's your memory jogger. Hopefully you're doing one. It's your list of people, whether they're in your head, your phone, on paper, your social media, it's your list. Everyone has a deck of cards. Nobody's deck is stacked with more than the others. Everybody has a deck of cards. And everybody's deck is going to have no's. So I don't know who the top income earners are in this group or the highest ranking people, but guess what they have in their deck? Some no's just like you do. And guess what they have in their deck? They have some customers just like you do, and they actually have some distributors just like you do, okay? So I'm gonna show you how an amateur goes through the deck, okay? An amateur goes through the deck and they flip the first card and they get a 9 and that's a no. And the amateur is like, she's my best friend. My best friend. We've been through so much together. Like, why is she a no? Why couldn't she at least be a jack? At least a jack, but a 9? Really? I can't even believe this. They told me it would happen. They told me it wouldn't work. That's an amateur, okay? I'm not the best actress, but y'all get where I'm coming from, all right? That's an amateur. They are falling apart because they got a 9. Now then they flip again. Oh my God, it's another 9. They got another no. And now they're just beside themselves. They're just like, I wasted my money. I shouldn't have done this. And then, oh no, they just got another no. And by this time, usually they're out. They're out of the game. They're done. But look what was right after they quit. Just got their first customer. But because they got 3 no's and they were emotionally attached to the outcome, they missed out on the first customer. Got another no. Got another no. They got another no. Now let me show you how a professional acts with the exact same situation. A professional flips the card and they get a 9. And you know what the professional says? The professional goes, all right, she doesn't get it. She don't want to do it. I'm going to keep going. It doesn't matter that it's her best friend or her coworker or her sister or her mom. It's a no. She doesn't want to do it. I'm going to keep going, because what the professional realizes is that there are 52 cards in this deck. I've got 51 left. 51. And in every deck, I know that I'm going to get some more of these, but I also know that there are some face cards, and I also know that there are some aces. So a professional's like, all right, I just got closer. All right, another no. All right, got closer. Okay, another no, got closer. Okay, another no, got closer. Another no, got closer. Now here's another one. Here's where by now, an amateur, if they lasted this long, they're out of it. But a professional gets excited, because the professional goes, wait a minute. If I got rid of all of these no's already, what's left in the deck? I'm closer. There's fewer no's. That means there's got to be more yeses. And then they get a yes. And now they don't jump around and have a party over that, because they know how many more of these are in the deck. It's a lot of face cards waiting in the deck. So they're going to just keep flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping, because here is another one, and flipping. Oh, and another one. And they got a distributor, and they don't stop and go, there it is, because they know there's 3 more of these left in the deck. And so now, yes, they went through a lot of no's. Yes. And now look, in this deck, they've gotten a ton of no's, but they know what's left in the deck. None of us need to worry about the no's, because it gets us closer to the yeses. But amateurs fall apart over the no's instead of realizing, great, those are out of my way so I can get to my yeses. Now, let me tell you what some amateurs are doing these days that I'm having to coach on a lot. A lot of amateurs want distributors so bad that they're actually gonna make somebody be a distributor. And let me show you what that means. For real, that's what they're doing. I train on this all the time. I'm consulting for a company, and I had 2 separate sessions for them yesterday, 2 different teams. And I have to like talk to these people about this stuff. So what's going on is they are like enticing and luring instead of prospecting and presenting. So what's happening is there's somebody who sees it, and they're like, in their head, they're like, I'm not a salesperson. I don't really want to do it. So they go, look, this is good. I'll be a customer. Okay. I'll get in and I'll be a customer. But people are like, no, you got to get recruits. You're not really doing it if you don't get recruits, or I can't win this prize, or I'm not going to win this contest, or whatever. It's always something. So they go, but wait a minute, to a customer now. They know that they're a customer. This person knows I'm a customer. I will use the products. I will try the products. I will buy your products. They said they will be a customer. But this is what amateurs are doing now to look like better recruiters than they really are. Okay? This is what's happening. And I had to like break it down on these people last night. They're like, hey, look. So look now. If you become an ace, you can get the products for like 60% off of retail. Now, if you only do a customer, okay? If you only do a customer, you're going to pay 25% off of retail, okay? Or, you'll get a 25% discount. Don't you want a better discount? So why don't you just go on and be this ace, okay? Be this ace, and you can save 80%. Now, I'm sitting here, a customer, and I'm thinking to myself, good deal. So I go and I become an ace, but I'm a fake ace. I'm not a real ace. I'm not a real ace. but you didn't tell me what I'm supposed to do for that 80% discount. Do you know why we give discounts to people who join the business? Because they're going to bring in business. But amateurs, fake recruiters, they are enticing people with discounts and sales to make it look like they have an ace. And then they join my group. And then they call me. And you know what they say? My team won't work. I don't know. I need better people. I got all these people who join my team and nobody will do anything. And so then I ask these questions and I'm like, well, what did happen? How did y'all do this? Because I ask a ton of questions. I talk a lot now, but when you're my client, I have to ask a bunch of questions. And then I'm sitting here listening and I'm like, And then I have to tell them, boo, they were never aces. They were fake aces. Those people were never recruits. You have active non-producers. That's what you have. You never had a team. They never wanted to be a team. And a lot of them have told you they don't want to. They telling you this. They're like, well, look, I'm not a salesperson, but if I can get the savings, okay. And this is what a lot of people think. They go, okay, great, great, great. So they sign up and they're walking around bragging about how they got a new ace. They post them in the group. Welcome, Tiffany, to the team. I'm so excited. And everyone's like, welcome, welcome, welcome. Now remember, I'm not really an ace, am I? I'm a jack. I'm a customer. But you have gotten me to join to save all this money and become an ace. So now you posted me in the group. I'm getting all these notifications, all these people saying welcome, all these people saying this, and all these people saying that. Then I have somebody's upline message me and welcome me to the team. Now, remember, I told you, I'm not trying to do nothing, but it's okay. You think you got me. So now, then you call me or you text me and you tell me to jump on this live that the upline is doing. Or then you call me and you say, have you made a list? And I'm sitting here in my mind going, what list for what? Like, because I told you I'm a customer, but you said save more money. Does this sound familiar to anybody? Because it's an epidemic in a lot of companies with women. And so then you're like, make a list. And I might be good enough to make a list. And I was like, oh, maybe she needs some referrals. Okay. So I give her 5 people. And then you go and you say, well, we need to do your launch. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, what is going on? And then finally, after all these notifications, all these lives you tell me to get on, all these people and a launch, I stop responding. We proudly say they ghosted me. She just stopped responding. And here is why. Because I didn't sign up for that. But you thought by getting me a bunch of savings, you might be able to backdoor me into being more than I wanted to be. Now, in this other company that I'm coaching for, these ladies, when they do this little switcheroo and they turn a customer into a distributor, do you know they don't even make a commission off of that? So now I'm sitting here, wait a minute. You mean you would have made 20 or 25% if you had left her a customer, and now you make nothing trying to force her to be something she told you she didn't want to be? Then I have to act ugly. No, I'm just kidding. And then I just have to tell them, look, guys, let them be what they want to be. Let them be what they want to be. If you want distributors, guess what you have to do? Flip more cards. Flip more cards. You can't make a person be anything they don't want to be. And now you think I'm not a good leader. No, you would lead people well, probably, if you recruited people who wanted to be recruited. And it's frustrating to you and your energy's not right with this fake agent or this fake distributor. You know why? Because you're looking at your check going, dang, I haven't even made any money. She needs to sell something. But she already told you I don't want to sell anything. Have I killed this enough? All right. So I want everyone to understand that when you flip a card and a person tells you they're a no, they're a no. Keep moving. If they tell you they're a customer, let them be a customer. Now, should you tell them in the presentation that they can make money? Yes, you should in the presentation. Hey, we've got these great products. It's great for your skin. Your lashes gonna pop. This palette is hitting. You need to do all of that. And then you say, and then we've got people making incredible income. You can too. Let me take a minute and show you how this works. And then they sit there and then let them decide. Let them decide if they are going to be a yes, a no, or a distributor. Let them decide. If once you do the full presentation, let them decide if they're a no. Let them decide if they're a customer. Let them decide if they're a distributor. And if they say they're a customer and you say, hey, wouldn't you like to make some money? Nah, girl, it's not for me. Hey, great. Leave her there and make your money. And if she says, I'm in, let's make this money, then you treat her like a distributor. Does this make sense to everyone? Because as I work with women more and more, we are not recruiting, we are enticing. And honestly, this other company, the company is helping them do it. The company is not even realizing that they're cutting off their nose to spite their face by thinking that they're spiking recruiting numbers. This company did this thing where they marked it down where people could join for $29 and they got a $100 free product credit. And they got all these people in the business and their numbers over the next 90 days didn't go up at all in volume. It didn't go up. And they're sitting there scratching their heads and they're like, well, we don't understand. I said, well, it's easy. When you get someone in for, I pay $29 and you give me $100 worth of free products, why would I work? What is the point? I mean, that's how, and what do you think your people said? You think your people stuck to the plan and how great an opportunity it was? Or do you think they said, give me $29 and I'm gonna give you $100 worth of free product? Everybody's like, so there wasn't even an emphasis on the opportunity. It was an emphasis of giving away the bank. So I just wanna, as in my sorting, because every time I do this, I learn, as I learn, I always add a little bit more. And I want you to respect, if a person says they're in, they're in. If a person says they're out, they're out. And if a person says they're a customer, make your money, support them, drip on them, and keep flipping the cards. Okay? So that's my long answer. I turn everything into a training, but I hope that helps. Look, if you want to recruit a lot of people, you're going to have to flip a lot more cards. Do not turn a customer into a distributor just because you need it. Okay? Help a person become a distributor because they need and want the opportunity.